Hey everyone, welcome back to Bear's Workshop. In today's video, we're going to be installing a
Weingard Trav'ler satellite dish.
excellent. Okay, stay tuned. Let's see what we got coming up. All right, so here we are. We're at John's RV. This is a 2015
Fleetwood Discovery.
Okay, this thing is big. Okay, it's huge. It's 40 feet. John got it a couple of months ago. His antenna. Tell me about what was wrong with the old DirecTV antenna thing.
Well, it's got an older dome satellite dish. The problem that I ran into is when I went to try to set it up with Dish Network, it will only get one satellite at a time.
What's the point of one satellite?
Well, the problem with only getting one satellite is then it limits what HD channels you get.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. I would love to know.
How much was this RV new if someone was to buy this new?
300,000.
And they put a cheapy satellite dish on it?
Yes, they do.
Okay. And you don't go cheapy on anything?
I try not to.
Okay. So what have we got? What are we replacing it with?
So we're replacing it with a Winegard Trav'ler SWM3 by that's for DirecTV. We have DirecTV at home. We're just going to use the couple of receivers, extra receivers that I have from home, and we're going to use it there. With the Winegard Trav'ler, it picks up all three of DirecTV's satellites, for which give you HD on every channel that's available in HD.
They only have 3 satellites?
They only have 3.
You know, like Starlink has like 800.
I know.
And they don't even work yet.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
I've been trying. They just won't do
You gonna
it.
get Starlink for the RV?
I keep on putting it down myself.
Oh, dude.
Or asking to be notified, but it's
yeah?
not notifying.
We'll be doing a video on that.
I've not gotten one thing yet.
Starlink on an RV?
Yes.
All right.
So, but it's because it picks up all 3, it'll give you all HD channels. It's an in-motion satellite dish, so it actually rotates and auto configures itself. So, since we already had DirecTV, figured we'd go ahead and just stick with it, stick with the receivers that I already have, and then from that point use this.
That sounds pretty cool. You're going to be able to pick up adult channels?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Pick up anything.
All right. Okay, so what we're going to do next, we're going to do an unboxing, make sure he's got all the stuff. I know you bought one used part.
I bought a used base plate that is pretty big. It's a good size. I'll bring it over here. Now this is a more or less base plate. It's used primarily on rubber roofs for RVs that have rubber roofs, but I figured I'd get it as a possibility to do it. I saw somebody go ahead and do this on their RV also.
So we
for
may not
private
need
class.
this?
May not even need it.
If you don't use it, you could hang it off your rear differential, like the big lifted trucks with the balls.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like
Looks like one. So I don't have to use it. I ended up getting it used from Amazon, for which, by the way, thanks Amazon. You didn't send me any of the screws.
But it used.
But I
Like
bought
you
it
even
used.
got that.
Yes.
You
So
could have just gotten the screws.
yeah.
All right, so first thing we have is the dish. I'd peel all that off, that just looks silly. Got styrofoam. Underneath, there should have all the toys and stuff. Instructions. So we've got the base of the satellite right here. We've got some electric components. We've got the swiveling mount. We've got some wire, a couple other boxes in here that have other parts. Within this oscillating base, you can see there's a gearbox so that this can turn, and obviously there's some electronics in there, and there's a box that it came with. So we're going to take a look at the instructions and see what we're dealing with. Then we've got to get everything up top. And that has been difficult for people in the past, is because this part of the unit weighs about 40 pounds. So you got to get on top of your RV without destroying anything. But we've got ladders, we've also got a second floor here, so we might be able to pass it over. Here is John removing the old system. He's going to unscrew everything, and then he's going to scrape all the old caulk and get everything cleaned up so that it has a nice flat surface. You'll also notice that towards the front of the RV, you see the wire coming out and going towards the front. That's where the coaxial comes up from the coach. One additional line will be run through that later in the install. The other 3 lines that are there towards the AC unit are not going to be needed, and he's going to end up tucking those back in and then die core on the whole little assembly piece so that nothing leaks in there. We passed the box up we brought it up into the mezzanine, which is about the same height as the RV, and then we passed over the box that had the large antenna part in, not the dish, but the actual antenna. The thing was about 40 pounds, and going up the ladder with that was not going to be safe. So we were fortunate in that aspect that we could pass it over, even though you can't really see much of that, but you can see John dragging it like an old man. So that was a safer way of doing it. John is fitting everything to see how they'll line up. He went ahead and put those 3 coaxial cables back in, put the cover plate back over it, and now it's just a matter of making sure that everything is where it's supposed to be. He's measuring it to make sure that it's dead center. John is fastening the base plate down by screwing it down to the roof. Gets a little blurry in and out of here, but there's probably a good 15-20 screws all around the outer perimeter of that base plate. John is putting die core all around and making sure that he has a nice seal so that no water leaks in, and then he's going and screwing in all the screws for the antenna itself. Okay, on this step right now, we are getting the wire from the top. So John is feeding the coaxial cable from the top where we showed you earlier where the line was going to come in. He's feeding it down through the hole. And Riley, another assistant, is pulling the wire down through the hole. And this is going to hook up to the box that comes with the satellite receiver. John goes down the ladder and he's going to go ahead and check for power before he starts die-coring everything up. And we've got power. You can see the antenna rotating. It starts to look for satellites, but we're inside, so he's not going to find anything. But it was just to make sure that everything was working. And now John's going to go ahead and die-core everything up. He overdoes it on the die-core, but that's not really a bad thing. Every screw, every bolt, the cover plates for the lines, everything that he touched where there was a screw hole, he's putting die core in so that there won't be any leaks. John had raised the antenna to check for power, but also raise the antenna so I can get the die core into all the spots. So now we're in the stowaway function, which is when you power the unit off, it goes to stow mode. I think that's just what it's called. And it will take a couple minutes before it can stow. It's looking around it's got to get itself in the right position where all the gears are lined up to the direction that it needs to be in before it will stow. So once it does that, it goes ahead and it puts the head unit down, and it's a little bit of a slow process. Okay, so here is the box that you connect to the line that goes up to the satellite dish. Right now it's currently in the off position. It's got power. All we got to do to turn it on, to check to see if everything is working, is hit the power button. You got to hold it down for a moment until it says powering on. So it's connecting to antenna. So right now it's reaching up to the satellite dish that was installed on the roof, and the dish is coming up right now, and we're going to go outside and get a view of that real quick. Okay, here we have the antenna outside. It raises itself up when the unit's turned on from that interior black box. And I know we're a little shaky on this. We'll call it an earthquake. We had an earthquake, and it's causing the camera to shake. But as you can see, the antenna goes around, finds itself. Okay, here you can see the satellite dish, and John went crazy with the diquat, sealing everything up, and he got every screw, every seam. He's got some diquat on so that he doesn't have any leaks in his roof. And you can see it's in the stowed away position right now. So this is all set and good to go. All right, guys, this concludes the install of the Weingard Trav'ler satellite dish. This product is available on Amazon, and I will provide a link below. There's also the base plate is also available if you want to put that on your unit. If you like this video, if it helped you out, go ahead and hit the like button. If it didn't help you out, still hit the like button, because we like likes. That's not redundant at all. If you want to see more content like this on the future, anything related to RVs, workshop stuff, just general putting stuff together and reviews, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and get more content in the future. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.